Hello everyone, welcome to Lush and Salty Aquariums. How are we doing? Okay, I've been filming this tank a lot as of late, but that's because it has a lot going on and it's doing excellent. And I can't say that for all of my fish tanks right now. End of summer into fall, everything has been hit by the sun and warm temperatures, so makes the tank a little pond-like, but not this one. This one is pristine in so many ways. Look at that water clarity. Given the bioload, I find that to be an exceptional virtue right now. And of course, I attribute that mostly to this filter insert, the Purigen, where the water goes through it and it removes the tannins from that wonderful piece of driftwood that comes in and out of the water and anchors the whole tank, but releases a lot of tannins. And if you go back into my videos, you'll see how tannin rich this tank once was. And while the fish did not mind that, I did. I much prefer this. And what's going on in this tank that's particularly exciting is the breeding progress of these red Coral Platies. To my knowledge, they are the smallest platy in the whole species, of which there are many variants and color morphs. But this one is one of the most beautiful and smallest, so an exceptionally fine candidate for smaller aquariums. And at the same time, it happens to be unequivocally stunning. I mean, these are fire engine red. There's not one, look at the male endlers trying to mate with that female. This happens all the time. There's nothing but males in here, and honestly, they're horny. It is possible. There are people that do crossbreed species, but I'm not expecting that to occur in this tank. And I don't know very many examples where something like that has occurred with any success. But it does happen in any event. That's just one of the interesting behaviors I'm seeing in this aquarium. I hope the female platies aren't feeling harassed by these male endlers, these randy boys. That's a beautiful fish too, and there's a fraternity of them in here. Less now than before. Some have died off. I've moved a few. I wanted just a bevy of these fire engine red platies, and now you see their progeny. You see these young juveniles here. And actually, the light is looking like there's spotting on this one, so there is an imperfection here or there, if you want to call it that. But by and large, they produce identical progeny to these beautiful, unblemished, super red colored fish. You have the white lip, but you know, these are inexpensive hobby fish for the common aquarist, so I'm not really looking for any kind of show quality. That's never been my intention. You can get them for a few bucks each, actually, so I'm not exactly minting a gold mine here, but I don't care. There's some super tiny ones in here. I'm going to try to go up and in. You also see a ton of cherry shrimp, and they love this sort of warm little bed where the driftwood has created a crater of sorts, and they are equally to the task in terms of coloration. You see smaller fry. I'm not catching the super teeny ones, but there are multiple generations in here we could try to find if you bear with me. Sometimes they're a little bit more hidden amidst, oh well, fail, but they're in there, trust me. And the plant life. So these crypts, although that leaf is melted away, it's a nice sturdy plant. I love the effect of, it's a quasi-stem plant in my opinion. I don't know scientifically one way or the other, in that it doesn't operate like a stem plant where it traditionally just has a stalk with leaves and it goes up and sometimes out of the aquarium. It stays closer to the ground. Operates a lot like these Anubias, which are rhizome plants. You see that intense rhizome down there. However, the crypts do not have that. They grow traditional plant-like roots into the ground. Speaking of the ground, look at how clean that substrate is. Given the bioload, that's pretty incredible. You'd expect mulm and detritus, but because of the plant, there's some super babies. You see them down there? How about that? So I've been moving, anyway, you'd expect more gunk on the bottom of a tank like this. I have none. And I'm just running a classic Hang On Black Dynaflow. I don't know what brand it is. There's multiple brandings of the same, essentially the same filter. But that Purigen with some biomedia beneath it is doing just a marvelous job. I've been moving some of these young juveniles into other tanks to give that explosive red to some of my other aquariums, as well as reducing the population in here. They are just being very fertile, and that makes me very happy. So I hope you like this tank as much as I do, and beg my pardon for, I beg your pardon for showing it so often, but these fish are growing, and the plants are growing, and it's just doing marvelous. All right, folks, that's it for now. Always keep your hands in the tank.